ladies and gentlemen, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. Those who have been, supporting the live sessions, those who have been, commenting in the comment sections of the videos, man, y'all are jumping in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are collaborating, and definitely being part of the community. That's what it's about, and I hope everyone's having a great day thus far. It's Monday, April 12th. So, hustle and bustle, people are working, people are, in their daily lives, man. So I don't want to take too much of your time, definitely. I understand everybody has a busy schedule, So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Those who have been jumping in constantly in the live sessions, man, you guys are awesome. Subscribers since day one. I really appreciate you all, recent subscribers as well. Obviously, I appreciate each and every one of you. Definitely, I constantly do that. Take my time out to thank you. Take my time out to thank the community, man. I really appreciate you all. Renee Box Young. For new listeners, this is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed fashion. Bruce Goes, my guy's in the building, man. What's going on, Bruce Goes? How you doing, man? It's a beautiful day, Beautiful Monday. And definitely want to talk some boxing. I just want to give more than anything my post-fight reaction concerning Talk-Ennis and Conor ban, and a little bit more. There were so many fights over the weekend, man. It was just amazing, great, just action-packed, man, so many fights over the weekend. It was hard to cover them all, It was hard to watch all the fights because there were so many, man. It was just so awesome. It was fun, women's boxing also, you got what were their names? Courtney versus, Bridges, great stuff there too, So very action-packed fight. No, Bruce, it's all good, man. This is your daily life, sadly. It's all good, man. Everybody has different, situations and, just different stages in life, you're at the stage, it seems like, where you just chill, That's great, though, get that rest. That much needed rest, I'm sure you have your busy times also, So, but definitely, I want to take some time out today to talk about the sport of boxing, man. Once again, I hope everybody's well. Those who will tune in afterwards, But yeah, man, like I said, so much boxing over the weekend, man. It's hard to cover all the fights, So, but yeah, once again, man, I hope everyone's doing great. Don't know what time zone, it just depends on the time zone you're in. Maybe it's afternoonish right now, Maybe it's a little morning, maybe it's late morning, or maybe it's in the middle of the day, noon time, So whatever time zone you're listening, tuning in from, thank you so much, and those who will tune in afterwards, I thank you so much, So Bruce Goes, yeah, I'm sure you have your busy days too, definitely, man. So, I definitely want to talk about what I was saying a moment ago, that, like I said, man, we definitely got to emphasize, women's boxing, Brittany, if I'm not mistaken, her name, Courtney versus Bridges, man, that was just a crazy fight. I know, just to get started, I know that a lot of people focused on, Bridges and her good looks or what have you, I get it, but when it comes to the ring, wow, that was just a war, man. Courtney, as a matter of fact, in the press conference, before the fight, if I'm not mistaken, one of the press conferences lead up to the fight, it was right before the fight, like a day before in the weigh-ins, if I'm not mistaken. Courtney was criticizing Bridges over her, using lingerie or what have you in the weigh-in and stuff like that. And she was like, you know what, you using her lingerie and this and that, and but whatever, right? I know a lot of people talked about that, how good she looks or what have you, but I'm just seeing what I saw in the ring, Man, that was just a freaking war, man. Courtney versus Bridges, they were just going at it. That's the thing, man. I've said time and time again, and as those who have tuned into women's pro boxing, I mean, they just really go at it. The defense kind of goes out the window, and you have more skilled fighters when it comes to women's pro boxing. You do have some. I think Katie Taylor is one of them. In my personal opinion, Katie Taylor, in women's pro boxing. I'm just kind of warming up the mic right now before we get into the Conor Ben and Talk-Ennis. A little bit of F.A. Ajagba, but I want to kind of elaborate on those fights. So many fights. Joe Smith versus Vaslov. I mean, however you pronounce that last name, with all due respect, Vlaslov, whatever. So, I mean, there were just so many fights out there, you know what I'm saying? But, this is just to warm up the mic right now and definitely give my time to emphasize a little bit of the women's pro boxing, so between Courtney and Bridges. So, like I said, man, Katie Taylor, she's, in my humble opinion, she's a little bit more skilled when it comes to defense, you know what I'm saying? But, several, or I guess we can say generally speaking, women's pro boxing, man, the boxers, they just go at it, man. They just go at it and throw defense out the freaking window, and they just go at it at the center of the ring, man. Oh my gosh. Blood was pouring out, bleeding, I mean, their white, blouses, whatever you call it, right? Tank tops were just covered in red blood. It was just a fight, man. Oh my gosh. Bridges versus Courtney. If I'm not mistaken, they went all the 10 rounds. Oh my gosh, dude. I personally thought, man. I know there have been people that said too, yeah, women's boxing, they don't punch hard, but even though they don't punch hard, I guess, I've heard it around there. I've seen it in a comment somewhere in whatever live stream or whatever. I saw that. Oh yeah, women, there's not many knockouts in women boxing. Yeah, whatever, but still, man, you got to respect, what I'm saying? Whether there are many knockouts or not, you just definitely got to appreciate women's boxing, what I'm saying? What they bring to the table and what they bring to the sport, what they bring to the ring. They definitely... Yeah, Bruce goes, whatever they did, they sure sold the fight and had a lot of spectators. Yeah, like I say, I just focus on what I see in the ring, man. I mean, and I definitely take my hats off to these warriors, man. I mean, they were just going at it, you know what I'm saying? 10 rounds, I personally thought towards the end of the fight, man, that Bridges was going to go down, but she has a freaking chin. And I was going back to that. A lot of people say, yeah, they don't hit too hard or whatever, but still, I mean, the punishment that they were taking, the punishment that Bridges was taking, I definitely thought she was going to go down, but she kept going forward. She kept throwing blows. She kept, fighting back. And I really admire that, man. I really appreciate and admire what Bridges did, what Courtney did. She got the win. I mean, you see her freaking eye, man, her right eye. You know what it reminds me of? DT, what's going on, family? I see you, man. Thanks so much for jumping in the building, man. Awesome. We're just chopping up a little boxing here, giving a little post-fight reaction right now on the women's pro boxing bout. I mean, there was another fight after that, but I want to kind of focus more on, because after that there was a knockout, in the next fight in the women's pro bout. After Courtney and Bridges, but Bridges and Courtney was just fireworks, you know what I'm saying? Lasted 10 rounds. Bridges didn't go down. I thought she was going to go down because, man, Courtney was just landing on her. I mean, Bridges was also landing, you know what I'm saying? But, man, Courtney left Bridges with that right eye. Oh, my God, it was just hard. It was hard to look at her right eye. You know what it reminds me of? Josh Taylor. What Pro Grace did to Josh Taylor. Kind of reminds me of also Keith Thurman. Y'all remember that? Keith Thurman when he fought Ghost Guerrero, Robert Guerrero, if I'm not mistaken, his name is. With his dad, that Pachuco guy, his coach, right? Guerrero, when he fought Keith Thurman. Kind of reminds me of that big old bump that Guerrero landed on Keith Thurman on his forehead. That freaking bump was huge. It just I had a flashback of that when I saw Bridges' eye, her right eye. It reminded me of Josh Taylor, what Progress did to Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor, man, dude, that was just freaking, oh my gosh. I'm so surprised that Josh Taylor came out with a healthy eye after that it healed up, because that's just dangerous. Your eye can really get damaged with that type of punishment. And I hope Bridges' eye, I hope her right eye, heals up properly, because that thing was just, wow. You know what I'm saying? You see why I respect fighters? I don't care what, gender they are. I mean, we got to respect these fighters. We got to respect these warriors, you know what I'm saying? And we got to put emphasis on women's pro boxing. Mind you, I mean, I admit, I don't know all the fighters out there. There are just too many fighters, you know what I'm saying? But, when it comes to pro boxing, when it comes to women boxing, you know what I'm saying? These women, these warriors, these queens. But I definitely try to the best of my ability to put emphasis on these fighters. I mean, it was just amazing, you know what I'm saying? So I hope her right eye heals. Courtney got the win, much deserved win. And we'll see what's next for Courtney, you know what I'm saying? So it was a beautiful bout, you know what I'm saying? And going back to that eye, man, oh my gosh, that eye just sticks out to me. You know what I'm saying? I guess we can say no pun intended, right? It sticks out to me, that right eye, man. I mean, I hope it heals up. And like I said, I had a flashback, man. Keith Thurman's big old bump in his eye when he fought Guerrero, if I remember correctly, and Josh Taylor, man. man. So hats off to these queens, hats off to these warriors, man. Definitely, man. So we'll see what's next, in their careers, definitely, man. So, and hey, said it time and time again, man. We definitely got to give our hats, take our hats off to what Eddie Hearn's doing in his cards, man. Putting pro woman boxing on the map. These networks, I've said it time and time again. Clarissa Shields has said it time again too. She said it some time ago, in an Instagram live. I constantly refer to that. I constantly reference that. I made a video about it, that Clarissa Shields, man, that these networks, man, they have to definitely put women's pro boxing on the map a little bit more. They definitely have to put them more in the undercards and co-mains and what have you. So definitely, they have to put them. And Eddie Hearn's doing it. I know Eddie Hearn is a really controversial promoter or what have you. He talks a lot. He blabs too much in front of the cameras with this whole AJ Tyson Fury. And not just this. He always does it. It's not just, a lot of people emphasizing that the whole AJ Tyson Fury thing and how Eddie Hearn is just blabbing away too much. I've said it too. But, it's way before that. That's just Eddie Hearn, We definitely got to, we definitely got to take our hats off to Eddie Hearn. What he's doing, he's putting pro women's boxing on the map. Ludabella, he promoted the, if I'm not mistaken, Ludabella promoted Amanda Serrano when she fought Bermudez, if I'm not mistaken, her name was, in Puerto Rico, that bout too. So we gotta take our hats off to these promoters who are promoting women's boxing, because they deserve it. They definitely deserve it. You know what I'm saying? They definitely deserve it. So we got here Brusco saying, sorry, I had to pause a little bit. Yeah, so Brusco says here, blood doesn't come from soft punches. Exactly, man. And, I've heard it said around there, yeah, women don't hit as hard. Of course, man. I understand that, but they punch, man. You know what I'm saying? They punch. And that blood was pouring, just like what I was reiterating, like what I was saying earlier, like what Bruce Goes is talking about. Whatever they did, they sure sold. I'm sorry, Bruce Goes said here, blood doesn't come from soft punches. That's exactly what it is, you know what I'm saying? They were punching. That blood was pouring out of these girls, you know what I'm saying? It was just a, fight. That was an all-out fight, ladies and gentlemen. Bruce Goes says here, Eddie reminds me a lot, yeah, Bruce Goes. Eddie reminds me a lot of Don King. Everybody knew he's a liar and talks too much, but he brings the cards lately. That's facts. I got nothing to say against it. That's definite facts, Bruce. To me, I'm just going to say it. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's kind of annoying, okay? To me, Eddie Hearn, he gets kind of annoying. He's just too much in front of the camera, man. But hey, you're right, Bruce Goes. Eddie Hearn's bring the cards recently. And I'm not the type of guy, Chris Reyna, my guy. What's going on, Chris Reyna? How you doing, bro? How you doing? It's great to see you here, man. Hope you guys can hear the music in the background, a little chill music. So that's the thing, I'm not the type of guy to sit here and ride for PBC all day. I just don't do that, man. You see, we got to grow out of that, you know what I'm saying? We got to grow out of, that mentality of only PBC. Al Heyman's the only guy who's doing it, You got several promotional companies out there that are bringing cards, Top Rank, man. Look at the Pact, they also brought a nice card, a decent card. They brought Jared Anderson, up and coming, heavyweight. They brought him, F.A. Jogba, Joe Smith Vaslov. They're bringing it. Berlanga's going to fight. Nicholson, that's going to be a great fight. You got a lot of names there. Nice cards, decent cards, and I got nothing against it. Even though I have criticized Bob Arum, there's always something to criticize, you know what I'm saying? But, they're bringing cards, man. They're bringing action. Eddie Hearn's doing the same. Even though, to me, it's quite annoying I don't even watch him anymore. Years ago, I stopped watching his freaking long interviews. They're too long, man. I ain't got time to sit there listening to him. I ain't got time to sit there listening to promoters. I do have a little bit of time to listen to fighters more, obviously. I want to hear what fighters got to say more, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I do take in consideration what promoters say, because obviously they're in the business of it, you know what I'm saying? They're pulling the strings. I have to open my ear to hear them, but I'm not going to sit there a freaking hour long listening to Eddie Hearn blab away. Listen to whatever promoter blab away. I don't have time for that, man. And whoever has time for that, that's great. You know what I'm saying? More power to you. But I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to hear Bob Arum 1-2 hours in an interview. I can't do that, man. I got more important things to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But hey, like what Brusco said, he's bringing the cards. Don King did the same. He brought the legendary cards. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's definite facts. All good. Oh, great, Bruce. Thanks so much for telling me that, bro. Yeah, thank you guys for jumping in the building, man. We're here. Briscoe saying, all good. Volume is nice, not too loud. Yeah, perfect, man. That's what I'm talking about. Chris Reyna says here, yeah, that woman fight was bad. Oh, it was. It was intense, bro. I loved it, and they had skills, and you saw counters, and straights. They look like men fighters as far as the sickness and smoothness of punches. Yeah. Bridges and Courtney, they're at that level where they land their shots nicely. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a dirty fight. It was quite clean, man. And it was just beautiful fight. You know what I'm saying? Miami, what's going on, bro? Miami Kid, I'm going to have to wrench you up right now. I'm not on the platform to do it, but I'll be wrenching you up soon. All right, Miami Kid, thanks so much for jumping in, bro. It says here, our guy Miami says, it's mind-blowing how some people in the boxing community are just starting to notice how good Boots-Ennis. You know what, bro? I've been talking about that guy for a long time. I constantly reference this live session I had. It was a long time ago. It was like a year and a half ago, man. It was a long time ago. And I mentioned him. I was talking about prospects, and at that time, Devin Haney was a prospect. Shakur Stevenson was a prospect. Tank Davis, to a certain extent. I don't think it was Champ then. I don't remember. A couple other names. Ennis was one of them who I was talking about. And it was like, I don't know. It was a session. It was a live session, and I talked about Clarissa Shields in that session too. And I took time to emphasize Boots-Ennis, man. And you're right, Miami Kid. And another one, Miami Kid. Right now, community's just barely talking about Conor Benn just because he fought Vargas. I was talking about Conor Benn way before that, you know what I'm saying? Because I had my eye on Conor Benn. As I had my eye on, what's his name? Sometimes the name slip my mind. The other welterweight, who's also a prospect, he just lost. I made a video about it, man. I just forgot his name, man. But I had my eyes on these guys. You know what I'm saying? I had my eye on Conor Benn also for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So that's facts, Miami King. Let me finish this comment. It's mind blowing how some people in the box community are just starting to notice how good Boots-Ennis is. That's facts. Both Crawford and Spence would be in trouble against this kid. Jump on the bandwagon. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, so I was talking a little bit about the women's boxing, that bout. Let's get into this now because that's exactly what I wanted to go live for too. So Boots-Ennis, man, everybody's talking about it. All the platforms, all these YouTube channels, whatever, they're all talking about it. About Boots-Ennis, okay, and his performance against Lippietz. Amazing performance. I mean, now there are two sides of it. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of opinions going out there right now. There's a sector of the community that says, no, Boots-Ennis ain't ready for Bud Crawford and for Spence. He ain't ready. No, he has to fight a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Another sector of fight fans out there. When I say community, I'm just talking about general boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? Another sector of the community is saying, Boots-Ennis is ready. I personally think that he is ready. I personally think that Jerome Ennis, he would give problems. Exactly. I agree, Miami Kid. In other words, I'm just trying to agree here. I agree. I repeat here what Miami Kid's saying, that Crawford and Spence would be in trouble against this kid. Jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm one of the few to say that. I guess I'm one of the few. I guess I can say few. Thrill Hill, what's going on, fam? Thanks so much for jumping in, man. Thanks so much for jumping in. We're just talking a little bit about post-fight reaction, you know what I'm saying, concerning Ennis. Got my window of time, so I definitely got to take advantage. So Ennis did great, man. Now, I made a video, okay, on the build-up of the fight or whatever when, concerning what Lippietz said about Jerome Ennis. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Lippietz, and nobody really talked about it, and I had to make a video on it. Lippietz said, and he got his wish. Lippietz's wish came true. What wish? He said, it better not be I hope it's not a 12-round marathon. Well, there you go, Lippietz. Jerome Ennis wasn't running around, quote unquote, as you thought. He was in front of you. He boxed you out. He straight boxed you out. He broke you down, knocked you out, man. I mean, hey, respect to Lippietz, though. Respect to Lippietz. But I made a video. Go check it out. It's on my channel. You know what I'm saying? You can see the thumbnail there. And I was exhaustifying and breaking down, you know, the comments that Lippietz gave concerning Ennis on the buildup of the fight. Saying that, you know, Ennis better not run around 12-round marathon. Hey, you got your wish, Lippietz. You got what you asked for, man. You definitely got what you asked for. You didn't want him to run around, quote unquote, run around, and I broke it down. I broke that video. I broke it down, man. When fighters, you know, fighters or boxing fans or what have you say, oh yeah, he just runs around. I broke it all down. You know what I'm saying? And hey, Lippietz, you got what you asked for, man. He stayed in front of you. He boxed you out. He boxed beautifully on the inside. Now, a lot of people say this now. Let's talk about this. Some people say, I've heard it out there, oh yeah, Ennis got caught a lot. He got caught on the inside. You know, anybody is going to get caught fighting on the inside. I mean, we got to be realistic here. You know what I'm saying? We got to be 100 and objective concerning certain, you know, when we analyze, when we see a fight, you know, anybody on the inside is going to get caught. As a matter of fact, on the undercard, you know what I'm saying? I think it was the co-main, I don't remember. I think it was the co-main in PBC before Ennis and Boots fight. I'm sorry, before Ennis and Lippietz fight. There was, I think it was a 115-pound division fight. I forgot the names of these guys, but it was a Filipino guy from the Philippines versus a Hispanic kid. Man, that was a beautiful fight too. Beautiful. And, you know, fighting on the inside. This guy at 115, this Filipino guy, I think he had I think it was his ninth title defense fight. Ninth, man. I mean, this kid, man, wow. You know, he was fighting on the inside, very skilled, you know, fighting on but he was getting caught too. So, you know, I mean, you can't just, I mean, look at, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real here. I mean, Errol Spence, he constantly gets caught on the inside when he fights on the inside. But that's just a part of the sport, man. If you're going to fight on the inside, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get caught a few times, you know what I'm saying? But what Errol Spence does, he dominates on the inside, you know what I'm saying? He knows how to dominate. You know, that's the defining factor. If you fight on the inside and you get caught, I mean, it's inevitable you're going to get caught, man. But, you know, the differentiation between getting caught and dominating, or, you know, going down, or using more defensive skills on the inside. You can use defensive skills on the inside, definitely. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jerome Ennis did. You know, one of the things I talked about in the build-up to the fight, you know, is that Ennis, you know, I remember Chris Reyna went live with me. We talked about it. How, you know, on the inside, Ennis has gotten caught. He gets caught hard and a little bit too much on the inside against the ropes. And that was the danger factor, you know, when we were analyzing and breaking down the fight between Ennis and Lippietz before they fought. And in this case, you can definitely see improvement, though. This is the thing here. I saw improvement in Ennis' game. I saw definite improvement in Ennis' game plan because, you know, on the post-fight reaction, I'm going to get to your comments in a moment. Okay, guys? Thank you, guys. Keep commenting away. Keep commenting away, man. You know, the Jerome Ennis' inside game, he even said it in the post-fight reaction, okay? He even said it in the post-fight reaction that he was calmer. He was more composed. He brought a new game plan. In other words, Jerome Ennis brought a new game plan. You know, what was it? He was calmer, more composed. More composed on the inside. You know, he brought a new game plan. Because generally, you know, Ennis, excited, you know, more active with his footwork, you know what I'm saying? With his offense as well. And this time he was, you know, more calm. He was calmer. He definitely brought a new game plan. That shows that Ennis is growing. You know what I'm saying? He has more tools, man. He has tools in his arsenal, which makes him dangerous, which is exactly what Miami Kid is saying here. You know, he will definitely, you know what I'm saying? Crawford and Spence would be in trouble. I personally think, man, I think Ennis has a big potential in beating Crawford. Now, let's be factual. You know what I'm saying? Let's be factual. But Crawford ain't going to fight Ennis soon. He's not even going to fight him. I highly doubt Crawford is going to fight. I highly doubt Crawford is going to fight Ennis, man. I don't even think he wants to fight him. Okay, he's just too dangerous, man. He's just too dangerous. Spence, I'm sure he's going to beat Ugas, okay? He's gonna fight Ugas. I guess I don't even know if it's official, but whatever. Rumors, whatever they want to call it, it's being rumored, what have you, that, you know, around mid-year, summertime or whatever, Spence is gonna fight Ugas. Okay, I mean, it's almost official. Whatever, it's not official. Whatever they want to call it. I mean, it looks like it's in the works. Okay, I guess we can put it like that. You know, Spence is gonna fight Ugas. After that, he'll probably look for Crawford. That's not even gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. I highly doubt it's gonna happen. I've been saying it for a minute. You know, if it's gonna happen, you know, it's gonna be in probably 2022, Spence versus Bud. But I've been over that talk. I don't even talk about that really. You know what I'm saying? Check my channel out. You know, proof is in the pudding. And my channel, I really don't talk about that. You know, I've mentioned it here and there. I made a couple videos, but I look ahead. I look ahead. There are a lot more fights out there than Bud and Spence. Okay, there are a lot more fights out there than AJ and Tyson Fury. I mean, there's a whole lot more. And I focus on those other fights because I'm at the point, and I've been at the point, you know, you can check my channel. Like I said, I've been at the point where I focus on more tangible things and fights that are really going down. You know what I'm saying? And real warriors. I'm not saying that these guys aren't warriors. Of course not. They are. But I try not to get caught up in this whole soap opera stuff. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that Spence looks like he's going to fight Ugas, okay? After that, he'll probably still be open to fight Bud Crawford, but we know what's going on there. We know what is going on there. So, you know what I'm saying? Spence will probably possibly fight Ennis, then move up to 154. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That's looking way down the line. You know what I'm saying? But I personally think that Crawford, I mean, what did he say? Okay, fine. Let's be factual. Come on now. What did Crawford say recently about Ortiz? Ortiz has been calling out, you know, Bud Crawford when he beat Hooker. You know, he said, I want Bud next. You know, I want the best out there, blah, 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 right? I want Bud. And Bud responded shortly after in Twitter, whatever, social media, saying, no, you got to fight more. You're still not up to my level. You got to do more, blah, 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 whatever. So Crawford doesn't even want to fight Ortiz, for crying out loud. You guys actually think he's going to want to fight Ennis? Of course not. Of course not. Too much of a danger. Ennis, I personally think Ennis can beat Bud. And I'm not talking about, oh, anything can happen in boxing. Yeah, Ennis can win. Anything can happen. One punch can change it all. Of course, we know that. We know that phrase. But I'm not talking in that perspective. I'm talking in the perspective of skills. I think Ennis would I think he can beat Crawford, man. I mean, I'm one of those who think, and I think of it in an unbiased fashion. I think of it in I speak from an unbiased perspective. I look at what I see in the ring. I can care less how good you look. I can care less. I've said it time and time again, and I go back to what I said at the beginning. I go back to what I said at the beginning of this session. You know, when I talked about Bridges and Courtney. A lot of people talking about, yeah, Bridges and her lingerie and this and that. Yeah, well, okay, that's great, but I will see what I see in the ring, and that's it. That's how focused I am. That's how zealous I am when it comes to sport of boxing. Promote however you want. I don't care. I don't care if you dress like a clown in the freaking weigh-in. That's fine. Whatever. Do what you do. I see what I see in the ring. That's what I look at. I try to focus more than I can in the ring and your performance in the ring. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at things. And when it comes to this, Ennis and, you know, breaking that down, Ennis versus Bud, I think Ennis can beat Bud, man. Just looking at it in an objective perspective. Ennis has a big chance of beating Spence too. I know it can be controversial. I don't care. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. Everybody has different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Spence, you know, I think Spence, man, I don't know. He would get touched up a lot by Ennis. But it would be a war, man. I mean, Spence and Crawford, they're top dogs. But yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna. I think Spence has a more probable chance of fighting Ennis because that's Spence. Spence steps up to the freaking plate. We gotta be factual here. You know what I'm saying? Spence steps up to the freaking plate and he fights the top guys. You know what I'm saying? Crawford, I understand the situation he's in. I understand. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, Crawford, you suck, and of course not. You know what I'm saying? It's just the situation he's in, man. Let's be factual. It's just the sad situation that Crawford is in, which is not. Come on now. I said this weeks ago. Remember this, that Crawford had in the radar 3 opponents for his next fight. Let's forget this whole, I mean, it's still out there and it's possible because nothing's official yet. But let's kind of forget, and I look past it, Bob's big quote-unquote announcement, quote-unquote major fight pay-per-view for Bud. Because way before that, before Bob opened up his mouth talking about that, you know, from my guy, my source, you already know who it is. You already know who my source is. He's our source. You know what I'm saying? Saying that, you know, Bud has 3 fighters on the radar. Porter, which I don't think is going to happen. Hopefully it does, though. Hopefully it does. And Barbosos, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was from 140 division. Or Clayton. And I just heard yesterday people coming out saying, hey, it's probably going to be Clayton. So we'll see, though. But why am I saying this? It's because of Bud's situation, man. I mean, it's just a sad situation that he's in. And it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So why am I saying this? Because Ennis ain't going to... There's not going to be a Bud versus Ennis fight, man. I mean, it's not going to happen. If it did happen, man, Ennis has a big chance of beating Crawford. That's just my humble opinion, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Brusco says here, I would love to see Boots versus Ortiz. Yeah, that's not going to happen, man. I mean, you know, I've said this. I've been saying this for a minute. And that's what the whole community wants. You know what I'm saying? The whole community's been saying this before Boots fought Lippietz, before Ortiz fought Hooker, before, you know what I'm saying? Before Ortiz fought Vargas. I mean, everybody's been saying it for a minute. But I've been saying it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen soon. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Why? Because I feel personally that Oscar doesn't want Ortiz to face Ennis. Boots is levels above Ortiz, in my humble opinion. Okay, that's another thing I wanted to say. Ennis is levels, and I've thought this, but this was the proof. You know, the proof was here. It was a nice, how can you say, determining fight. Boots versus Lippietz, to really see where Boots is at. After seeing this, man, Boots is levels above Ortiz. He's levels above him. I think that Ortiz has still quite a ways to go to in maturity, in patience in the ring, in defense. And I understand. There are people out there, they say, well, that's just how he fights. You know, his offense is his defense. I've said it. Dude, I've said this for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I think a fighter who goes in and fights, you know, his fights in the perspective of, or in the approach of, my offense is my defense, that's not the best way to box, man. It's just not. You're just going to get touched up and you're going to lose rounds. You know, I'm just not, you know, I'm not too thrilled of fighters that use offense for defense. Hey, but that's their style. That's fine. I can't change them. Who am I? I can't change them, you know, but you got to improve. Where's your improvement then? Okay, fine. Let's talk about Conor Benn a little bit. Okay, Conor Benn. Let's mix this in. You know, elaborating on this point. Conor Benn, I've said it time and time again. I want to see Conor Benn improve. I want to see him improve in the Vargas fight. Let's see how he improves. I want him to improve on his defense. And what did he do, ladies and gentlemen? What did he do? He improved. He himself said it in the post-fight reaction. I'm sorry, in the post-fight press conference, whatever the heck they call it. He even said what I was saying, you know, before the, you know, Vargas and Conor fought. I said, I want to see improvement from Conor Benn. Talked about it with Chris Reyna, my guy, when he went live with me the other week, whatever. Said, you know, Conor Benn, he throws a lot of looping hooks, keeps himself open. I broke it down. I had the camera on me. Sorry about that also. My last live on this platform, I had the camera on. That thing was just lagging. I looked like a freaking robot in the whole live session. Sorry about that. Okay, so, but, you know, I was breaking it down how when Conor throws looping right hooks or what have you, or whatever hooks, and he keeps his glove down, and he gets countered constantly. And I said, I want to see improvement on Conor Benn's part concerning his defense when he throws combos. He showed, ladies, you know, a lot. We got to give credit to Conor Benn, man. I don't care if he's a freaking UK fighter. A lot of people do that. You know, that's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to grow out of that. That's what I'm saying. We do new things here at Renee Box Young, ladies and gentlemen. We'll look at boxing from an objective, level-headed perspective. Boxing is global. And I just love the sport, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and rag on Conor Benn and say, oh, he's a UK fighter. They always disappoint. They always go down. You know, all these UK prospects, they get smashed. I mean, hey, but let's give credit to Conor Benn. Josh Taylor, you can't say that from him. He comes from the UK. Frampton, I get it. He just lost against Herring. That's fine, but Frampton's a warrior. I've said it time and time again. I take my hats off to UK fighters. Maybe not all of them, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Conor Benn, he did great. He improved wonderfully. He was focused. He was more patient. It's funny because it kind of parallels to what Talk-Ennis did. Obviously not in styles, but when it comes to the patience aspect, Talk-Ennis said it also in his post-fight, interview. He said, I was more patient. I was just, more patient and composed. Conor Benn did the exact same thing. His shots were a lot more precise, Conor Benn, and that's why he knocked out Vargas, or TKO, whatever you want to call it. That's why the ref stopped the fight, man. And I know there are even people saying that, I wonder if, it was an early stoppage. No, it wasn't. In my humble opinion, man, did you see Vargas? Go back and see the fight, man. See it in slow motion. Vargas was freaking, it was over. It was over. Conor Benn was definitely focused. His shots were so precise. They were so precise that it took Vargas out, man. It was over. Okay, fine. If they were to continue, Vargas wasn't there. He wasn't there, man. I mean, he was just, Conor took him nicely. Great improvement from Conor Benn. And why am I saying this? Because that's what I want to see. I'm not too thrilled. I repeat. I mean, yes, they bring action-packed fights. I'm not against that. I've criticized this, man, about Triple G since a long time ago. I've criticized this about Triple G. That's my perspective. Fighters who use offense for defense. That's just his style, man. And, it's just, that's how he fights. I mean, I get it. But where's the improvement? Where's the improvement? The coaches, why don't they have their fighters improve on using more defense in the ring? Use more offense than defense, fine. Go get knocked out. Fine. Lose the rounds. That's just what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I understand they do bring action. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I like watching it, but I want to see improvement, though. Conor Benn brought that. Talk-Ennis brought improvement. And why am I saying this? Because it comes from the root of me talking about Boots versus Ortiz. Ladies and gentlemen, Ennis is levels above Ortiz. Levels, plural, because he showed it against Lipetz. Boots Ennis, man, showed that he can fight on the inside, smart, patient now, more patient than his other fights. He brought a new game plan, ladies and gentlemen. Boots Ennis go check out his previous fights, man. He brought a new game plan against Lipetz. What does that say? That says that Boots is growing. He's not just sitting in there wailing it out like other fighters do, prospects do, and don't grow. Conor Benn did the same, ladies and gentlemen. He grew. He did the same in the aspect of Conor Benn showed improvement in his game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got to face the facts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me see here. Miami Kid, let me go to the chat. Awesome. You guys are jumping in. Geo James, family, Silver Surfer, y'all are jumping in. Thank you guys so much, man. Let me get to the chat right here. It says, Curtis Anderson, the historian, is in the building. What's going on, Kurt? Thank you so much. Kurt, I got to get you on soon, okay? Please consider, okay, one of these mornings, okay? I got to get you on. I'll use the other platform so I can throw a link at you, man. Thank you so much, bro. So I can send you a link, bro. Miami Kid says, Renee, what did you think about... Talk-Ennis, or however you pronounce that. All due respect. Yeah, he fought Delorme, right? Or no, who was it? I don't know why I have those names synonymous, Delorme and Jamal James. Yeah, it was Delorme, right? I like Talk-Ennis, man, but, quite flat-footed, hits hard, lands wonderfully. Who won that fight? Did Talk-Ennis? Yes, Talk-Ennis won, right? I was watching quite a bit of the rounds. I wasn't seeing all of it, though. I got to be honest, okay? But what I saw, Talk-Ennis, flat-footed, lands nicely, cuts off the ring nicely. He chases his opponents down, which is great. Tough guy, has a chin. I got my eye on him. Man. Definitely, man. And we'll see what he does in his next fight. We'll see who he fights next. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely, he has some punch. He has power in his punch. Kind of reminds me of a Mean Machine to a certain extent, but I think Talk-Ennis is quite more precise. Counters nicely too. So, pretty fast too. So, we'll see though. What I'm trying to say here, I want to see more from Talk-Ennis. I want to see more. I want to see who he's going to fight next. I'm still I got my eye on him to a certain extent, but I want to see who he's going to fight next. I want to see who he's going to fight next. So yeah, man, hats off to Talk-Ennis, man. He can be an issue. He can be an issue in the welterweight division. I don't know concerning the rankings where he's at, but yeah, He looks like he can be a potential problem, definitely, man. Thrill Hill says most competitive fight of the day. I think you're talking about the woman fight, right? The Courtney versus Bridges, right? Yeah, that was definitely awesome, man. Gio James, thanks so much again. Antonio Carter, what's good, fam? What's good, bro? Thanks so much for jumping in. I don't think I've seen you before. I'm not too sure. You can go ahead and feel free to subscribe. And just to let you know, Antonio Carter, just give you a proper introduction of the channel. You know, this is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature fashion. You're not going to hear any cursing. You're not going to hear any vulgar language. You're not going to hear me warring back with other platforms. You know, I don't do that. We're grown folk here. We're mature. And that's what it's about here, man. Definitely, man. We chop it up in the sport of boxing. We love it. Antonio Carter says here, Boots is young. He can wait 2 or 3 years for a title shot. No need to rush. You know, the thing here, Antonio Carter, is that the skill level that Boots is in, he can make it to the top. But I still got in my mind Porter. I don't know about a Porter, man. I mean, I think Boots can beat Porter, but you know, I personally think Porter can even beat Crawford, possibly, but you know, it's just the styles. Styles make fights, man. Styles make fights. So the reason why I want to talk what Antonio Carter said, no need to rush. The community is kind of, they want to see Ennis. A lot of the community wants to see Ennis fight, you know, the top right now. But I personally think he can beat. I reiterate, I think Ennis can beat Bud. But you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he should start fighting these champs already, or if he should just take his time. But I personally think the skill level that Ennis has, he can take the top. I think he can. So let's continue here. Bruce Go says here, Bud and Boots is a real 50-50 to me. Bud and Boots, yeah. Right now, I lean towards Bud till I see more Boots, but a real 50-50. Yeah. You know, listen. When Lomachenko and Teofimo fought, in the build-up to the fight, at least, in the build-up, a lot of people lean towards Lomachenko because of his experience in the amateur level. His experience. I personally think Boots can beat Bud, man. And a lot of people ride for Bud because they say, yeah, he's experienced. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saying in the Teofimo Lomachenko buildup, I said, you know what? I think that Teofimo has skills and tools that he hasn't shown the world yet, because he hasn't fought opponents to bring out those tools. It hasn't been, you know, Teofimo didn't need to bring out those tools against his previous opponents before Lomachenko, because he didn't have to. But I think he has new tools that he's going to bring out against Lomachenko. Hey, and he did. You know, he did what he did, and he beat him. He beat Lomachenko. And I think it's the same case with Boots. I think Boots, man, he can bring out things against Bud to get him to win. That's just my humble opinion, but definitely Bruce goes. I mean, 50-50, definitely, man. Definitely. Silver Surfer, thanks so much for jumping in once again, man. Let me get to the comments here, man. Definitely. Good stuff right here, man. We got here Thrill Hill saying, how about Boots and Clayton? That would be great, Thrill Hill. That would be great. Boots versus Clayton would be nice, man. If I'm not mistaken, Clayton had a draw with Lippietz, right? That was a nice fight, man. But I think Boots can take Clayton. I think he can beat him, you know what I'm saying? But stylistically, it would be a nice fight. It would be a nice fight. It would be a great fight. Boots can punch, man. Let's focus on that. Okay, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Boots was frustrating Lippietz so much that when Lippietz was against the ropes, getting boxed out, he threw a low blow. A hard low blow to Ennis, you know the area, right? Because of his frustration. He didn't know what the heck to do. And after that, did you notice? You know, I pay attention to the sights and sounds. I pay attention to the sounds a lot. This was before, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about it way before this whole pandemic stuff. I talked about when I see a fight, even when there was a crowd at that time, I like to listen to the shots. I like to listen to the grunts. I like to listen. I try to listen to the best of my ability to how fighters react when they get punched. You see what I'm saying? I listen to all those details. And now that ever since the pandemic has hit and these fighters, these fights and events have no crowd, people just started talking about that. Oh, you can hear the sounds. And I've been talking about that months before the pandemic, because that's a very important element. It's an important element when it comes to the sport of boxing, even when there's a crowd, Why am I saying this? Because when Ennis, when he was hit, low blow, dirty move, I understand. Man, I just got to bring this out, man. Some people say out there, yeah, it's a veteran move. It's a veteran move. Punch to the low blow, so that that was a veteran move by Lipetz. Yeah, that was a dirty move, man. I mean, I look at it as dirty. It's a dirty freaking move. Rabbit punching, low blowing. It's a dirty move, man. They can, call it pro move, call it a veteran move. It's a dirty freaking move. It's dirty and it's unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? It's not a professional move. Okay? You hit the dude in low blow in the hopes of, okay, what did Jab Zuda do against Mayweather? He did the same freaking thing. And that caused, the corners to come out and brawl in the ring. It's unprofessional. It's unprofessional. Has Mayweather ever done that? I mean, he probably has done it in an accidental manner. Not to get the opponent off you. What's the best way to get your opponent off you? Use defense. Counter. Don't hit him in the low blow. Don't go for that area, man. Where are your skills? Your skills are supposed to fight your opponent off. Not going to the freaking, private part. I understand. People say it. I understand that. But I'm just speaking of my perspective. You know what I'm saying? I understand if y'all understand. I understand your point of view too. But my perspective is, veteran move. That's a weak move. Yeah, it's a veteran move. He went to the family jewels. That's just a veteran move. That's not that's a lame move. That's a cheap move. But why am I saying this? So Lipetz, when he was against the ropes, he did a lame move. He did a lame shot and went to the family jewels of boots. It was a hard punch too. Lipetz hits hard, ladies and gentlemen. He's a stocky little guy, man. He's a tough little guy. You know what I'm saying? And he straight went to the family jewels. Pa! And that hurt. Okay? And what did Boots do after that? If you noticed, after that, man, Boots started punching really hard. His punches were just power. And ever since, after that, he just started breaking Lipetz down, man. Breaking him down. He broke him down so hard, ladies and gentlemen. I'm focusing on Boots' power. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Boots' power. Yes, he has footwork. See how he's improved. He's improved fighting on the inside. Showing that he can fight on the inside. Use his wonderful defensive skills on the inside. Of course he got caught. I just broke it down earlier. I'm saying, of course he got caught. Anyone who fights on the inside is gonna get caught. We can't. People in the veterans, ladies and gentlemen. People who are champions and vets. Okay, fine. Charlo versus Derevyanchenko. He was getting caught on the inside. Maul Charlo. He was getting caught in the inside. I mean, you're going to get caught in the inside. Whether you're a vet, whether you have, so many years, you're a champ or what have you, you're going to get caught in the inside. Come on now. It's just a fact. People try to pinpoint, pick apart that for a minute. Oh, yeah, he was getting caught by Lipetz on the inside. Of course he was, man. But that just goes to show. But he wasn't getting caught as much, though. You know what I'm saying? He was getting caught, yes. But, it's just a given you're going to get caught. But not too much. It really wasn't. Ennis wasn't getting caught to the degree of being in danger. Okay, fine. Let's get another example. Bud versus Mean Machine. He got caught clean and he went down. You're going to get caught. Whether you're a freaking, whether you're an undisputed, whether you have a gazillion belts, you're going to get caught on the inside. You see, Ennis got caught, but it wasn't to the degree of him being in danger. He used great defensive skills on the inside, used great footwork on the inside, and used power on the inside. He broke down Lipetz to the degree of, man, he threw, I think it was a left hook on the inside, right? Left hook to the face, boom! Lifted Lipetz off his freaking feet, man. He kind of jumped. He kind of bounced off his feet, man. Boots punched, he broke down Lipetz so bad you know, going to the body, pa, 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 you know, and then upstairs, da, to finish him off. And he made Lipetz jump off his feet an inch or two. I don't know how much it was, but dude, that shows, ladies and gentlemen, Boots has power. He has power. My gosh. Just beautiful. Beautiful improvement from Boots, man. Beautiful. This all leads me to believe that Boots can take the top, man. He can take the top competition. But I reiterate, styles make fights. Styles make fights. Porter? Ay. Why do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not sitting here picking on fighters, no. But why do you think Bud? I don't think Bud wanted to fight Porter. Prove me wrong, man. If Bud fights Porter, man, awesome, Bud. Heck yeah. I love it. But, you know, that whole he's my friend and stuff like that, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, I just don't see that as him really wanting to fight Porter. But hey, it is what it is. If he fights him, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let me get to the chat section here, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are jumping in here. So let me get here to the Thrill Hill says so just to conclude that, Thrill Hill, I think Boots can beat Clayton. It would be an interesting fight because of the styles. It would be a little bit more of a chess match. That definitely would be a little bit more of a chess match. Boots against Clayton, but you know, Boots, I think he'll beat Clayton, man. Definitely, man. We got here Thrill Hill saying, did Vargas even fire any shots? You know what, man? You know what, Thrill Hill? And getting back to that, Conor Ben, man, he showed so much freaking improvement. It seemed like Vargas didn't even land anything, man. I don't remember him doing it because Conor was so precise and powerful in his shots. He landed clean. His shots were more tight. They weren't wide open looping shots like he typically does in his other fights, Conor Ben. And he shot just beautiful, man. Just straight to the target and just didn't give a chance for Vargas to fight back. And it was just game over. I don't think it was an early stoppage, man. Definitely not. Sylvester, what's going on, family? Thanks so much for jumping in, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are jumping up in here. We got here Sylvester saying Vargas was definitely done. He was. I don't know where this is coming from, and I don't care. It's fine. Everybody has their opinion. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? But wherever this is coming from, that, it was an early stoppage, you know, they're even calling it a UK stoppage. What's that? They stopped, you know, the referee stopped it on time, man. It was a decent stoppage, man. It was a necessary stoppage. That's exactly what I was going to say, Sylvester. Thank you. Sylvester continues to say, it's the ref's job to save the fighters from themselves. Exactly. Vargas is a warrior. I'm not taking anything away from Vargas. Vargas would have kept fighting. He would have kept fighting, man. He would have kept fighting. He would have went down. If the ref would have continued it, he would have went down and, hey, you want to continue? You want to continue? Yeah. He would have continued, man. Vargas is like that. Taking nothing away from it. Taking nothing away from Vargas, man. So that's facts, Sylvester. You know, it's the ref's job to save fighters from themselves. Exactly. Refs know what they're looking at. They look in the fighter's eyes. When Vargas was against the ropes, dude, his head was wobbling. He was over. Kind of reminds me of what Jermell Charlo did to Harrison in the rematch with those uppercuts against the ropes. That's how Vargas looked. Vargas's head was, you know, flying around, and it was over. It was over. You know what I'm saying? Big Lake Show. What's going on? I got to wrench some guys up, man. I just haven't. I'm not on the platform right now to do it. I'll eventually get you guys wrenched up. Thank you guys so much, man. Big Lake Show's been rocking here too, man. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. What's going on, Big Lake Show? Hope you guys are doing great today, man. It's great. I definitely got my window of time and definitely want to give my post-fight reaction on these fighters. Shamar Roshan Shalom. What's going on, Shamar? Hey, thanks so much for jumping in, man. Shalom to you, man. Thanks so much. That's a beautiful name, man. Thanks so much for jumping in. My guy, Renee Boxdown, what's the word? Hey, we're just talking here, man. And Boots has crazy... You know what, Shamar? It's exactly what we're talking about. His power. Man, Boots has power. And let me say this. Listen. Go check it out when you have time. I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but go check it out when you have time. The video I just posted about last week about Lipetz saying that, you know, Talk-Ennis better not run or something like that. I broke down what he said, and in the context of that, I broke down this. Listen, A lot of people saying that, yeah, Jerome Ennis is big for his weight. He's big for his weight. Yeah, he is big. He is big. But Jerome Ennis has no problem making 147. Let's be real here. Let's not give an excuse. No excuses. Come on now. No excuses for Lipetz for losing and getting boxed out. No excuses for all his other opponents getting wasted by Ennis. It's not a pretext. It's not an excuse. Yeah, just Lipetz, Ennis is the bigger guy, man. He's just the bigger guy. He should be at a bigger weight. He should be at 154. No, he should not be at 154 because he always makes weight. He's always in shape between fights. There's no excuses. No excuses for Boots victims. Let's stop that talk, man. I just gotta speak. I just gotta say this. I'm zealous about these things. You know what I'm saying? Boots has no problem making 147 because he's one of those few fighters that stays in weight between fights. Even if he doesn't have, many people focus on Boots on the lead up to a fight and the build up to a fight when there's an official fight for him, when there's a fight date. Oh yeah, Boots is fighting in April against Lipetz. Look at him in the ring. Wow. No, he's always in the ring. He's always in camp. Even when he doesn't have an official fight date, he's always there. He's always in shape. So there's no. Let's stop the talk of, yeah, he should really be about 154. He's beating up the little guys. No, he's not. He's in the right weight division, man. I mean, and the power he has. I mean, let's just be real, guys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna give Lipetz some kind of handicap or I don't know, whatever they call it, right? His victims a handicap. They're just smaller guys. Boots is beating up smaller guys. No. He's beating up guys at his weight division. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. I mean, and he has power in that freaking man. You're right, Shamar. You're definitely right. Thrill Hill says Stenonis. Ooh, Thrill Hill. I'm so anticipating who is Virgil Ortiz's next opponent gonna be. Who's it gonna be, man? If it's Stenonis, oh my gosh. Ortiz better watch out with that Stenonis power. And I go back to what I'm saying. Ortiz has to shape up in the defense. I said it about Conor Benn for a minute, and he really did shape up. Conor Benn, he shaped up definitely. All these quote-unquote prospects go several rounds with Vargas, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's be real here. All these quote-unquote prospects, contenders, whatever you want to call them, they go several rounds with Vargas. And look at the improvement Conor had in his game plan, in his craft, in his skills. Look what he did to Vargas. Come on now. Ortiz has to, and I'm going to say it the same for Ortiz. Say the same thing. It's fine. It's fine how people say it. Yeah, that's just Ortiz's style. His offense is his defense. I get it, but he can improve on his defense, man. He's still young. He still can improve on his defense. If not, Thrill Hill, like what he's saying, Stanonis and Ortiz? Ooh, Ortiz better watch out. Ortiz better watch the heck out. And I repeat what I've been saying for a minute. I repeat what I've been saying for a minute. I think Oscar's going to protect Ortiz, man. I don't think Oscar will throw Ortiz in with a Stanonis. I don't think he'll throw, much less throw Ortiz in with the Boots Ennis. No way. Nah, man. Oscar's smarter than that, you know what I'm saying? And he's just going to try to maneuver his fighters to be quote-unquote superstars. For crying out loud, man, they're pushing in social media. Jaime Munguia. Oh, up-and-coming rising superstar. Yeah, they just want to make these guys superstars, man. I don't think they really want to put them in there with legacy fights. I mean, come on. Just look at Jaime Munguia. Look at the opponents he's getting, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I'm just real. I'm real with all these guys. I repeat, I don't care where they come from. I don't care what color skin they are. I don't care how good they look. When it comes to women too. I just said it a moment ago in this flash live. At the beginning of this flash live. That's great. Yeah, Bridges, wonderful. Lingerie, I don't care, man. It's great. What are they doing in the ring? That's what I want to see. Promote it, fine, whatever. Yeah, I want to see what you do in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see what you do in the ring. So it seems like Oscar De La Hoya, he said it out of his own mouth. He wants to make Ryan Garcia a superstar. He wants to make, Virgil Ortiz a superstar. They say it in social media, Jaime Munguia, rising superstar. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean they want to make legacy fights for them. You see? It doesn't necessarily mean they want to make legacy fights for them. And I think that's what Oscar De La Hoya's approach is. But hey, prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? If they throw Ortiz in there with the Stanionis next, oof, awesome. Hey, I've given my hats off to Oscar De La Hoya. You see, that's how I am. I give my hats off to these guys. I take my hat off for Oscar De La Hoya and making Ryan Garcia versus Campbell. I've been saying that for a minute. I take my hat off to Oscar De La Hoya making Ortiz versus Hooker. Hey, great. But I just see him protecting them, man. I don't know. I don't think he'll throw him in there. Interesting comment there, Thrill Hill. But I just don't think that Oscar's going to throw Ortiz in there with the Stanionis, man. Stanionis, man, he freaking hits hard. Like we said, cuts off the ring. Like we said earlier, cuts off the ring, has power. Ortiz and his lack of defense, I don't know, man. Ortiz would get hurt. Ortiz would have a big potential getting hurt. Thrill Hill, thank you so much for reminding me of the names. We talked about it earlier in this session. I just forgot the names. Ancajas, however you pronounce that with all due respect, and Rodriguez. Man, that was a beautiful fight. 115, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit below bantamweight. Man, ladies and gentlemen, Ancajas has freaking skills. Rodriguez, I thought he was going to go down. He got hit to the body towards the later rounds. I thought he was going to take a knee. Rodriguez went freaking back. He probably had a broken rib, man. He kept fighting. Ancajas, man, hats off. If I'm not mistaken, his ninth title defense, if I'm not mistaken. Ancajas, man, wow. Beautiful fight before Ennis versus Lippietz. If I'm not mistaken, that was the fight. I think it was the co-main. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Go back and watch that fight, please. Ancajas versus Rodriguez. Oh, man. Rodriguez has a freaking heart. His skills wasn't up to Ancajas' skills. But Rodriguez was fighting, man. He went back and fought. Ancajas was boxing him out beautifully on the inside. He was also in the early, like in the first half of the fight, he was boxing at a distance, using the jab, using the footwork, countering, beautiful hooks upstairs, man. Oh, beautiful. Ancajas has freaking skills. I love it. Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful fight. Thrill Hill, thanks so much for reminding me of that, man. Their names. Oh man, that was a beautiful fight. Thrill Hill says, I think Boots Pop is guiding and training him correctly. Bro, okay, I said this before. I've said this months ago. I think it was months plural ago. I don't remember, but Boots' dad, his trainer, came out and said, man, top 15 are avoiding him. That's why a lot of people, were giving props to Lippietz, because these guys don't want to fight Boots. They don't want to fight him. And I've been saying for a minute, I hope it looks like they're going to do this, though, that they're going to freeze out Boots. These fighters are going to freeze him out, man. These fighters are freezing out Shakur Stevenson. These fighters are freezing out Haney. They don't want to fight these guys, man. And it's sad. Man. It's just sad. But hats off to those who are fighting Boots and stepping up to the plate. And I don't know, man. It's just Boots he's a big danger. Shamar continues to say Stanionis needs to pet his hands. Go earlier. He is really good if he lets. Hey, Stanionis. Yes. He if he lets his hands go a little bit more, throw some combos more. Stanionis still has to grow. That's why earlier I said, what I'm saying, I want to see more from him. I think, in my humble opinion, ladies and gentlemen, flat-footed fighters have to learn just a little bit more to use their footwork. And in Stanionis' case, use a little bit more combos, a little bit more offense. Cutting off the ring and being flat-footed is not enough, man. It's not enough. Highly skilled boxers, high IQ boxers, they usually, generally speaking, box out these flat-footed guys. And I've been saying that for a minute. It was one of my first videos about Triple G. I criticized that about him, and I say it the same with all these other fighters. I've said the same. At the beginning of this channel, I said the same about Triple G, because that's what I see in these fighters. They got to improve. And I don't buy. I mean, I get it, but I just don't buy that phrase. Yeah, his offense is his defense. That's just how he is. I mean, yeah, but it really limits you. It really limits you in the ring. It limits your potential. What's the point of growing if you're just going to stay like that? There's no growth. Where's the growth? Ennis showed growth. Conor Ben showed growth. Josh Kelly. That's the I just popped to my mind. Josh Kelly, he just lost recently, but he has skills and potential. That's another UK welterweight I'm looking at. You know, I'm not knocking. I go back to what I was saying a moment ago. I don't knock them being from the UK. I don't care where they're from. I love the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love. Bruce Go says here, I just want to see them fighting 3 times a year. Sooner or later, the best will clean out the division and have no one else to fight but each other. They just have to fight more and talk less. Yes, facts. Definitely, man. Definitely, Bruce. Rashidi versus Ellis versus Rashidi Ellis versus Boots. Man. But I'm saying, I just think Boots is. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be one of those few. I don't know if I'm the few or I don't know, but those are decent opponents, man. I just think Boots can take these guys. I think he can. Boots is showing things that a lot of these welterweights aren't showing. Ellis is really skilled though, but I just don't think, I don't know, man. I think Ennis is levels above these guys. That's just my humble opinion, but that would be a great fight. Miami Kid, that would be a great freaking fight, man. I would love to see that too. So we got Brusco saying here, did you see Joe Smith? Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, now Vaslav versus Smith, I personally think Vaslav won, man. I think Vaslav won. A lot of the community saw it like that. As a matter of fact, go to Twitter. One of the posts, I was thinking about making a video of that. One of the posts of Top Rank or whatever, had Smith there with the belt, winner, and man, 95% of the reactions to that, Vaslav won. Oh, these judges corrupt. Vaslav won. I personally, not just because of what they said, no, what I saw, what my eyeballs saw, I personally thought Vaslav won, man. I think Smith was kind of too sloppy. His fight, he wasn't landing as cleanly as Vaslav. Now, Smith had Vaslav in trouble around round 7. Smith, he should have capitalized. The problem with Smith, though, he was too freaking tired. He got gassed out like halfway through the fight. He had a burst of energy in round 7, which had him dominate that round and almost knocked out Vaslav. But unfortunately, he didn't go for the kill. To Smith's detriment. Then Vaslav came back and fought like he did most of the rounds and just landed cleaner. I think Vaslav won that fight, man. Kind of reminds me of, obviously not stylistically, but according to judges, kind of reminds me of Estrada versus Chocolatito, man. Chocolatito, I think, won that fight. He fairly won that fight. But these judges, man, I'm telling you, these judges, I don't know what's going on with these judges, man. Not all of them, but in some fights, you're like, what the heck is what's up with that? It's just sad, man. But I think Vaslav won that fight, man. But Shamar says here, Boots and Spence. Yeah. Boots, I think, has a good chance against Spence, man. He has a good chance of beating Spence, man. That's just my humble opinion. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Spence is really, the thing here about Spence, I think defensively speaking, Boots can capitalize on Spence. Boots can capitalize on Spence's defense. Because the way Spence's defense on the inside, I think Boots can really capitalize on that. But that's a really close fight, man. I think Boots can beat Spence. I think Boots can beat Bud. I'm not saying he will, but he has a big chance of beating these guys. That's just my humble opinion, man. I know it's really debatable and it's really controversial, and I'm almost positive these platforms out there are going to be going back and forth debating, blah, blah, blah. That's just my humble opinion, man. I love all these guys. Spence is a freaking warrior. I've talked about Spence. Man, like I said, new listeners, if y'all think I'm doing something about Spence, doing some fishy stuff, go check my platform out, man. My platform speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying? Go check out my other videos. It speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that Boots can beat Spence or Bud. But I don't know, man. It would be a tough fight. It would be tough fights for these guys, you know what I'm saying? But, I just see these fights aren't gonna... Boots... Okay, I said this. Okay, check this out. I made a video breaking down my projection on how the heavyweight division is going to evolve. And I mentioned in that video that, it's the same with the welterweight division. The welterweight division is going to evolve. Spence and Bud aren't going to be on top anymore too much longer because they're going to move. They're going to do their thing. Spence is going to go up to 154 respectfully. And Spence can leave the welterweight. Let me make this clear. Spence, come on now. Let me make this clear. Spence can leave the welterweight division with his freaking head held up high, with his chin and his chest puffed out. He can leave respectively. Come on, I gotta make this clear. Errol Spence Jr. can respectfully move up to 154 with his head held up high. I wouldn't criticize it, man, because he's done a lot in the welterweight division. He's done a lot. He's done enough. He's done a lot. Let's make that clear. Let's please make that clear, okay? And I'm speaking from a perspective of unbiased perspectives. I don't ride with this whole, I don't do that. I'm not a fanboy, whatever they want to call it. I don't do that, man. I can't do that because it's a blind way of seeing the sport of boxing. It's a blind way of seeing any sport, NFL, NBA, whatever sport. It's blind if we're biased. I'm from Texas, so I want to see the Cowboys win. I don't care if they lose the Super Bowl. They lost because of this. No, I don't make excuses. I don't care where you're from. I just got to consistently say this because of new listeners. We constantly got new people jumping in here, in the lives. Thanks to you all. Thanks to the community. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. Thank you for subscribing. You guys are awesome. You make this platform what it is. And I constantly got to make my point clear. I'm not biased, okay? So from that perspective, you know what I'm saying? It's just Spence Jr. can leave the welterweight division with his head held high. I got nothing to criticize. Even if he doesn't fight Boots. Even if he doesn't fight Boots, that's fine. Because Boots, this is what I'm saying. Boots is going to be one of those new, he's the new face in the welterweight division, ladies and gentlemen. Spence is probably going to move up, which is fine. Respectful for that. I respectfully, hey, hats off to you, Spence. You did wonderful in the welterweight division. Move up, go do new things at 154. That's fine. I'm not going to criticize it. I'm not going to be one of those guys that, oh man, Spence didn't fight Ennis. Oh yeah, Spence isn't. No, of course not. That's fine, bro. Move on. That's great. Ennis is going to take over. Ennis is going to take over. Ennis is going to take over. I got to repeat it. Ennis is going to take over. Okay? And if Bud sticks around the welterweight division when Ennis takes over, hey Bud, you got something that you got some business to handle, Bud. You got some business to take care of. Please, Bud. But I've said it time and time again, ladies and gentlemen. I've said it time and time again. I don't think Bud's gonna box too much longer. I know it sounds crazy, but I think that Bud, he's not gonna. Just the way we see Bud right now, I don't think he's gonna box too much longer. Okay. Probably going to retire in about a year. Maybe one mega fight and he's out of here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. That's just what I feel. You know what I'm saying? But let me get to this. You guys are awesome jumping in here, man. I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. So let me get to the comment section here. So we got here Shamar saying Boots started hitting him harder after that. Tried to smoke Lippiet's Boots. Yeah, Boots started hitting Lippiet's harder when Lippiet's did that dirty, disgusting move, going low. I got to repeat that, man. I understand. People say it like that. Yeah, that's a veteran move. When they're getting pressured, they go down to, they go to the family jewels. I think that's a disgusting move. I think that's an unprofessional. I think that's just a bad move. I repeat. It comes to my mind. That's what, a lot of fighters have done it, but, it comes to, Zab Judah versus Mayweather. He did the same. Disgusting move. Because he was getting boxed out, he was getting humiliated, and what's the most effective way when you're getting boxed out, when you're getting humiliated in the ring? What's an effective way to back off that opponent? Box back, fight back. Don't go to the family jewels. That's just a dirty, lame move, man. In my humble opinion, I think it's just a lame move. Call it veteran move, call it whatever. I just think it's a lame. That's just my humble opinion, man. That's just a lame move, man. That's just lame. Yeah, so you have the potential of hitting your guy downstairs, your opponent who's humiliating you, to potentially stop the fight, and it's over? Nah. You don't go out like a coward. You see, that's my humble opinion, man. They're trying to go out like cowards when they do that, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I got to take it a step further. I think a fighter who does that when they're getting humiliated in the ring, and they headbutt their opponent in the nose to possibly break it and call the fight off, that's a coward way to go out, man. Coward way to go out. You signed up for this. You signed up for boxing, then box out. Box it out. Tough it out. If your opponent is humiliating you, fight back. But don't go to the freaking family jewels. Don't throw a headbutt. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to potentially break your opponent's nose to call the fight off. Don't try to. You see what I'm saying? I just don't buy that stuff, man. I don't buy that. I just don't buy it. Oh, it's a veteran move, and it was smart for him to do that. That's not smart. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I just want to make my point clear on that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely Shamar. And when Lipetz, you see, that was smart on Boots. When Lipetz went downstairs and did this disgusting move to slow it down and to stop Boots from doing what he was doing, he came back harder. What did Boots do? What I'm saying right now. He came back harder against Lipetz. He kept boxing smart, but he started going hard now. He started hitting him harder. And it just started breaking Lipetz down. That's what you get, Lipetz. You see? That's what you get for messing around. That's what you get for going downstairs against Ennis. Against a highly skilled fighter like Ennis. You getting what you asked for, Lipetz. See what it is? It is what it is, man. I'm 100 with all these dudes, man. I mean, you want to go downstairs and fight dirty? Ennis went back and fought clean, and he went harder and knocked you out. Hey, I mean, Mayweather did the same against Zab Judah. Oh, you want to go downstairs then? Okay, fine. Okay, I'm going to take you out even harder now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to box you harder. I'm going to humiliate you more. That's what Mayweather did against Zab Judah. Hey, hats off to Zab Judah, but I'm just talking about when he went low, when he did the disgusting move. You see what I'm saying? Hey, okay, fine. I mean, well, I kind of want to justify that, but you know what Mayweather did against Ortiz? Y'all remember that one? Y'all remember that one? Let's go back. Let's go back. When Ortiz, remember that welterweight? I think it was at welterweight. Ortiz, when he was fighting Mayweather, Ortiz was doing nice against Mayweather. But what did Ortiz do? He had Mayweather against the ropes. He was getting a little bit too emotional, and he messed up the fight, man. He messed it up. So Ortiz deserved what he asked for when the ref was not paying attention. Mayweather came in and boom, game over. Game over. Protect yourself at all times. It's the rules. Mayweather knows the rules. I know a lot of people called it dirty, but look what Ortiz did before that. Let's be 100, man. You see what I'm saying? So people, my point in saying this is that fighters mess up their freaking opportunities when they do dirty things like that. They mess up their opportunities. Ortiz was doing very well against Mayweather, man. He was doing well against Mayweather. But then he got excited against the ropes and he just headbutted him. And then he punched him after that. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You just messed up the fight, bro. You just messed up a life-changing fight where you would have done well if you had your emotions under control. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, man. Definitely, man. Thrill Hill says, Vargas didn't display any veteran savvy. Facts. Where was all this? Yes, Thrill Hill. Yes, Thrill Hill. Thank you. And this is the thing, though, Thrill Hill. Conor didn't give him the chance to display that veteran savvy. So that's why we got to give much more credit to Conor Benn, man. We got to give more credit to Conor Benn, man. A lot of people don't want to give credit to Conor Benn. Oh, we got to give credit to Conor Benn. I just said it a moment ago. All these quote-unquote contenders and prospects fought Vargas and went several rounds with Vargas. Look what Conor did. I mean, it was nice. It was a nice performance. I'm not saying Vargas is the same as before, but, Conor dismantled him. Conor dismantled Vargas in a beautiful fashion. Beautiful fashion, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Miami Kid says here, what I love about Boots is that for such a technical fighter, he's not afraid to fight. That's the thing, Miami Kid. I gotta reiterate this, what Miami Kid's saying. I love it, because I love what you guys saying here. I got to reiterate this. One of the things I criticize about Boots Ennis, one of the things I criticize about him in the lead up to Lipetz versus Ennis, I said Ennis has problems on the inside. When he's against the ropes, he really gets clocked. He really gets punched, and his opponents have taken advantage. I've broken it down in which opponents precisely. And that was my criticism. I was like, I hope he improves on that. And he definitely did against Lipetz. He improved amazingly on the inside, man. So I agree, Miami Kid. I got to repeat what Miami Kid's saying, man. What I love about Boots is that for such a technical fighter, he's not afraid to fight on the inside. That's big facts. And he's definitely improved on the inside. And Boots has a chin. Like I said, Lipetz hits hard, man. He hits hard. And Boots took those punches on the inside. It's not like Ennis was really getting punched too much on the inside, but when he did get clocked on the inside by by Lipetz, man, Ennis wasn't phased at all. He stayed focused, he stuck to the game plan, and he kept executing. He kept executing to the extent that Lipetz got so frustrated, he went to the family jewels, which was a disgusting move. Jay Gibson, hey, what's going on, family? I thank you so much for jumping in. I don't think I've seen you before. Feel free to subscribe, as I said a moment ago, to those who are jumping in, the new, listeners. Renee Box Young, simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing, man. We love the sport of boxing. That's it. We make it as simple as that. Simple as that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, On the Mic with Terrence Bailey. Go subscribe to On the Mic with Terrence Bailey, man. Thanks so much for jumping in here, man. Families in the building. You guys are awesome, man. I'm going to have to wrench you guys up soon, okay? On the mic, I definitely got to wrench you up soon. I'm just not on the platform to do that right now. I'm definitely going to wrench you guys up soon, okay? Thanks so much for jumping in, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are family. So we have DP Rocker. What's going on, family? Jumping in the building, man. You guys are awesome. If anybody's not subscribed, go ahead and feel free to subscribe, man. Definitely go ahead. Feel free to share. We're doing new things here at Renee Box Young, definitely, man. So we got here. Let me continue the chat here, man. Ricky, what's going on, bro? Another man. Thank you so much for jumping in, man. You guys are awesome. Ricky, family. Bud and Spence are not going to fight Boots. That's what I feel, Ricky. Ricky, that's what I feel. I don't think we're going to see that soon. We're not going to see Bud and Spence fighting Boots. I just don't see that happening. Boots is going to be the new face of welterweight division, man. Spence and Bud, I think they're just going to go on a new thing soon. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them much longer in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? And Boots is going to take over, man. Antonio Carter says Boots and Virgil needs a Jamal James, yes. Abel Ramos, Mean Machine, or a Custo Clayton type of opponent before they fight. Yeah, I agree, Antonio. I agree. I would like to see Boots I've been saying recently. Because check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You already know, I'm sure. If you haven't, Mean Machine, he's a free agent now. He's not in Top Rank anymore. That's of recent news. So, and I said that I would like to see Boots with the Mean Machine. Depending on how Boots does against Mean Machine, it's like okay, he's done. He's ready. I personally think he is ready right now for Boots or Spence, but I feel what you're saying, Antonio Carter. It would be great to see him. I lean towards more Boots versus Mean Machine. Clayton would be awesome too, man. I mean, it would just be great stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely Antonio Ramos. I mean, I'm not against any of those opponents. That would be beautiful. I'm just so anticipating. Who's Ortiz's next opponent. I'm just so anticipating. Who is Ennis' next opponent? I'm just so anticipating. Who is Conor Benn's next opponent? I'm including Conor Benn in the mix. Definitely, man. I don't care where he's from. UK, that's fine. He definitely improved. And it's noteworthy to consider Conor Benn. Acondo, what's going on, family? Hey, thank you so much for jumping in. Eric R, kaboom! Family's up in here, man. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for jumping in here. Adari Pennant, thank you so much for jumping in, family. Thank you so much for jumping in. Thank you so much. I haven't seen you before. Feel free to subscribe. Just a platform where we speak the sport of boxing. We speak more too, other things also, but Adari Pennant, we love the sport of boxing. We're not biased here, okay? So I just gotta make that clear. We just love boxing. That's it. Francis Ngannou and boxing. I mean, Adari, I made my opinion on that before. I don't know about that, man. He's an MMA guy, right? He said he wants to fight Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua. I personally think it's more of a money grab, Adari. I mean, I just think it's more of a money grab. I'm not too sure about that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it just depends on his boxing skills. If he shows up and shows out in boxing, nice, but I just don't think it, you know what I'm saying? We've seen a lot recently, MMA fighters coming in. We've seen it more ever since Mayweather versus Conor. And all these guys are saying it's a big money thing, and I just see it more like that, Adari. Francis Ngannou, man, amazing MMA fighter, man. All due respect to him. Great fighter, but in MMA, who knows in boxing? I just don't see that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel what you're saying, man. I feel your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Eric R says here, I agree. Boots needs 3 more fights that challenge him in different ways before he comes for Errol But you know what the thing here, Eric R, and everybody who's listening, the thing here is that a lot of people were saying that about Lipetz. A lot of people were saying, Lipetz is the best, step up fight for Boots, and look what he did to him. Look what he did to Lipetz. So I feel, this is the thing, what I'm saying here. This is my perspective on Boots. I feel that Boots is so levels above these fighters that if he steps up, quote unquote, to all these other guys, these other names, he's just going to take them out, man. I'm not saying he's going to knock them out, all of them. No. He's just skills, man. His levels, But I feel what you're saying, Eric R. I mean, it would be great. I'm not against it. I'm not against, just like what, Thrill Hill said a moment ago. No, I'm sorry, just like what Family, Antonio Carter said a moment ago. Jamal James, man, Mean Machine, Crystal Clayton. I mean, that would be great. I would love to see it. Boots is bringing it, and I would just love to see his skills, portrayed with all these other opponents. It would be great. So I'd like, Eric R. says, I'd like Mikey Garcia or Jesse Vargas, then a tougher touch, someone who cracks then Keith. I think that, man, Ennis would just box out Mikey Garcia. He would just, my humble opinion, man, Mikey Garcia is like a C-level welterweight. Jesse Vargas has somebody else in mind. I think he's still looking for an opponent. I think Jesse Vargas is, if I'm not mistaken, Vargas is going to fight in the undercard of, or in the events, or whatever they want to call it, interims. I don't know what the heck they call it, interlims, what the heck they call it. In the card of Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. I think Vargas is still waiting for an opponent. I'm not sure if they gave him an opponent yet, but yeah, Jesse Vargas, he refused one of the original opponents that were scheduled for him, and he said he wants a tougher opponent. So, I mean, that would be beautiful. It's Jesse Vargas versus a freaking Ennis, and that would be a great, card for Ennis. It would be more of a promotional thing for Ennis to get his name out there, a marketing strategy to put under Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders card or whatever event. So that would be nice, man. So Eric R. continues to say, I want to see better punch variations, some inside work, and clean up that defense a little between. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, definitely. Eric R. continues to say, Mean Machine could be like Bundu was for Errol. Right. Yeah, Mean Machine, he hits hard, though. I mean, it would, if Mean Machine were to land against, on Ennis' chin, oof, that would be a big test right there, man. Antonio Carter continues to say, Josecito Lopez would be a good test as well for either. Oh, yeah, definitely. Josecito Lopez would be, definitely. But, we'll see who Josecito is going to fight next. I'm not sure, and we'll see who Bud's going to fight. Who's Bud going to fight next? I mean, oh my gosh, I got so many questions in my mind, but hey, man, I got to get going. I almost got an hour and a half. You guys are awesome. You guys are just jumped in this building, man. I really appreciate your support, as I always say, man. And I don't say it in a repetitive fashion. I just say it from my heart, man. Go ahead and share this, like, subscribe, man. To those new listeners, go ahead and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and you simply talk about sport boxing. I'm gonna eat a hamburger that's waiting for me right now, man. Heck yeah, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much for jumping in. I don't want to take too much of your time, of your day. So have a wonderful day, you know what I'm saying? We'll be in contact, man. I'll be going live, pushing lives constantly. You already know how I do it. Pushing videos, pushing content. Go ahead and check out my content on my channel. I got several videos out there that I pushed recently, and I keep going live. Y'all know what it is, man. Renee Box Young. I got to get going. Once again, stay safe. Take care of your health. Take care of you and your family. And your support is just amazing. I really appreciate you all jumping in here. J.E. Dixon. Hey, J.E. Dixon, what's going on, family? Read what he got to say. I got to read what he got to say. He says, I think people need to slow down and let these young guys go through their paces before they're crowned. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I mean, I'm not against Ennis going against all these other names that family here in the comment section is saying. Definitely, man. I would love to see it. But I feel personally that, Ennis got the skills to fight these top guys. But hey, if they're going to put him through the process of all these other names, that's great too. Great stuff, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you, Jay Dixon. You're definitely, man, you got your point. You definitely got your point, family. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to eat my hamburger, man. Thank you guys for jumping in here, man. I got to get going. Peace out, family.